So what's going on, you guys? I'm going to take this 1949 International Rat Rod, and I have challenged myself to daily drive it for 1 week. I bought this rat rod several months ago as a project vehicle. It has a 235 straight six Chevrolet engine backed up by a 2-speed power glide. So, it has a lot of rust, no power brakes, and no power steering. It's also very hard to see out of. But I've absolutely enjoyed it since I bought it, and I thought, you know what, this will be a real fun challenge to try to daily drive it for 7 days. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in it. So here's the rules I've set out for myself. Number 1, no matter what the weather is, I have to drive this. Number 2, no matter where I go, I have to drive this rat rod. So when I go to work, I have to take it with me. If I have to get groceries, I have to take it with me. And number 3, this goes on for 1 week non-stop. Now the only time I won't drive it is in case I need my bigger truck over here for bigger car parts and whatnot that I do tend to get in and out of here sometimes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the task, we're starting this off with a bang, which is fantastic, but I actually have to deliver this to one of our subscribers. We had a giveaway not too long ago, and he won, he was one of the winners for our giveaway, so I have to figure out how to put this in the rat rod. Okay, so those little hooks that are down in there, I basically had those installed for a ratchet strap to be able to loop around something. So I'm going to try to use those, but this may be bigger than the bed on the truck, so we'll see in a little bit, I guess. Okay, so we have our sheet metal put in, held in with one lonely ratchet strap, but honestly, well, I don't think it's going anywhere. But I guess we'll find out once we get going down the road. Okay, so something you guys should know about this rat rod. It actually doesn't have a speedometer, and I have to use my phone, so I'm pretty much reliant on this being accurate so I don't get pulled over and get a ticket. So I figured I'd share that with you guys before we truly get this challenge underway, but we're about to hit the road right now. Catherine's with me. She's kind of off screen. There she is. So yeah, here we go. So one thing I also want to mention about this rat rod, even though it doesn't have the modern amenities that, you know, a regular vehicle would, this is so much fun to drive that you're willing to sacrifice a lot of those modern comforts. You know, like I can't hardly see out of the front, side vision's pretty bad, horrible fuel mileage, but it's still so fun to drive that I'm willing to give up some of those comforts. So just keep that in mind as this video goes along. Rattling's a little loud. Okay, so that was day 1. We had to drive about 30 minutes to the racetrack to drop off our sheet metal and come back. It started raining on our way home. Not too heavy, but still inconvenient nonetheless. I don't have windshield wipers too, so I can't see anything. Cat is also getting wet in the passenger seat over here because of 2 holes in the firewall, so I'm gonna have to patch those up before I drive tomorrow because I believe it's raining tomorrow as well. So anyways, that's day 1. Okay guys, good morning. I'm actually getting ready to head to work. It's about 7 o'clock now, but real quick, I'm going to fix the little leak that I found yesterday while driving down the road. I just don't want water getting in here, especially because it's all carpeted and everything. So I'm gonna take care of that real quick and I'll show you guys what I found. So I'm trying to use my phone, but that's where the water was coming in. There's 2 holes drilled there. I think the owner originally was going to put like an HVAC system in here, and he never did, so there's just 2 massive holes open, so I'll take care of that. Okay, so that's my fix. It's just going to keep the spray down at least. I know I actually need to cut that panel out and put in another panel and weld it back, but I just don't have time to do that this week. So I use the next best thing, which is duct tape. Fired right up. I actually got over the speed bump that's on our driveway without scraping. That's awesome. So a new problem has developed. I just looked down at one of my gauges, the volt gauge to be more specific, to tell me if my alternator's charging or not. And I keep glancing down and it looks like it's barely charging. Normally it's over pretty good, but I'll have to look at it later. Also, fun fact, my turn signals have stopped working. I have no idea why. They were working last night when I parked, and now they're not working. I don't know if it has to do with the water or there's something else going on here. So when I get a chance, I'll have to take a look at it. Right up here around the corner. But as I was sitting in the turn lane, there was a green light, you know, for regular traffic, but a guy actually stopped on a green light and looked at the truck and gave me the thumbs up out the window. So I thought that was pretty awesome. That's the one thing about driving these. About every person that sees it smiles, probably because they're glad they're not the ones in it, but they still think it's cool nonetheless. But anyways, I'm pulling in here at work. I'll give you guys an update about my electrical gremlins because my radio has progressively gotten worse. It's to the point now where if I turn the volume up, it will actually like sputter every time the bass hits. So I don't know if that's just an ongoing issue from something else or whatever. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so a quick update. I looked and all the issue is this alternator bracket here. This isn't the correct bracket. I bought it like this. It's supposed to be a one-piece bracket, but I guess they used whatever they had, and some of the issues is like this will get loose and the alternator will kind of shift and it'll take tension off of this belt, so it's not charging the battery as we're going down the road. But that's all it was. That's the issue with the radio and everything. It's just the speaker was drawing too much power. I think it happened sometime last night on the way home or on the ride to the racetrack, and that's what caused my issues. But nonetheless, it's fixed. All my turn signals are fine. I guess I didn't look at the turn signal long enough because sometimes they are delayed, but they work just fine now. So everything's good, and that is the end of day 2. I will see you guys in the morning. So good morning, you guys. I'm getting ready to leave work now, but I know it's kind of hard to see because the glass is dirty, but it's been raining most of the night and it's still currently raining. This has probably been one of the worst, I guess, wet seasons for us. We normally don't get snow. We normally just get like winter storms and whatnot. And it is just absolutely pouring down and has been for like the past hour. So I guess we'll see how this goes on the way home. Again, fired right up. You guys, it is absolutely pouring right now. It wasn't this bad yesterday, but I don't know. I guess we'll see if it lightens up on my way home. The roads are soaked as well too, so my tires are kicking up just a bunch of water. Also good news, my turn signals are working, so that's a big plus. I also think, and this is just a theory, I'm better off moving when I'm driving this thing because the water's getting deflected over my my grill shell and coming up over the cab, so it's not hitting the engine directly. The only problem is when I set stoplights, then it just rains down all over the engine. So that may be an issue. Oh, I don't want to stop in the rain. Turn green. Turn green. I don't want to stop. This is about how far down I have to look to see a stoplight. Did not make that stop. About missed my turn. That was bad. Because I don't have windshield wipers, the rain builds up on the windshield, and it will get to a point where it's so hard to focus on the road because of all the little raindrops that are on the window. Because I mean, it's so much now. I feel like myself like forcing to stay focused on just the road and ignore everything that's in front of me. So you know, that's always healthy. So I recommend, if you're going to take this challenge, probably ought to wait till the summer, not the middle of January. Our driveway is a little muddy, and the truck just slid a little bit. Okay guys, so if you can see behind me, there is a battery charger. I actually hooked up to my battery here. When I got home this morning, I kind of let the rat rod sit for a little while, but I've been noticing it seems like it's gotten weaker as far as like trying to start and whatnot. And my only thought is maybe the battery's bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, you know, get the battery fully charged to its peak capacity. I stuck a multimeter on it and it wasn't quite 12 volts, and the voltage did go up when I cranked it. But because of the alternator issue I had, I think the battery was just low on power and it wasn't able to charge. But I just want to make sure, and so I'm going to do like a load test here in a little bit and see where my voltage sits at after I crank it up and, you know, whatnot. See if I can actually get it to charge, because I tested the alternator seemed like it was fine. So yeah, that's kind of where we're standing right now. Well guys, I'm actually headed to the parts store, but I'm not taking the rat rod. And I know what you're thinking, but just due to me needing to test the alternator, and I'm going to test the battery as well, since I had to disconnect it anyways. I don't think the truck is charging as it's going down the road, and because it's raining, I don't want to do any work on the ignition while there's rain coming down, especially because everything's exposed on the rat rod. So I'm headed to O'Reilly's and I'll give you guys a verdict here in a minute. Okay guys, so good news. Rat rod is put back together. Everything was fine, so I guess that small time of that alternator not running really did drain the battery that much, and I guess it just couldn't catch back up to fully charge it. So we had the battery test, the alternator tested, everything came back good. I just put a multimeter on it, ran it through its paces, and, you know, looked and see what kind of numbers I got, and everything was good. So I guess that fixed the problem. So she's still in the fight, I guess, for this challenge. But anyways, I'm going to break this up into a two-part series. I hope you've enjoyed part one. Part two will come after I finish my week out. It'll be the last 4 days, but because this one got so long with the intro with this little incident, I wanted to break it up. So with that being said, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to see the next part of this and more rat rod and racing videos. Be sure to click that little bell icon next to the subscribe button, so that way you get a notification every time we post something so you don't miss anything. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and as always, we will see you in the next video.